Good evening. I'm Iris. Today I'm going to talk about a small fact about me. As you see, I'm not very tall, so I should stand closer to you. As smart as you might know by now I'm going to talk about. Guess what I'm going to talk about? Yeah, you're right. 1 point. Right after we were born, besides being spit on the back to make us cry, the doctors and nurses rushed to measure our weight and height. But why is it so important? One of my friends always made fun of me. She said, "Yesterday I saw the movie called Little Man. I'm wondering that if you're in that movie?" Or when we cheer for something, she would say, "Iris, let's have a low five." Often, I would just turn around, ignore her, and leave. Most people want to be tall. No one would make an effort to make himself short. If they are too old to grow taller, they put their hopes on their children. This is my case. I remember once my mom told me that, she said, "Iris, you have to be tall, otherwise I can't see you." And nonetheless, she insists to take me to a Chinese medicine clinic. She said, Doctor, how could I make my daughter grow as tall as Lin-My?" And the doctor replied, "Don't worry about it. I'll give her some Chinese medicine. This does really work." But in fact, I didn't finish it all. I put it away bit by bit. So, in those days, I used my rebellion to fight against my mom and the stereotype that was given to me by the society. What's wrong for being a short person? Some people may argue that there are numerous advantages that a tall person could have. They are qualified to be a model. They always look great in most of the clothes, etc. However, being a tall person isn't that as great as most people think so. After all, tall people don't exactly breathe fresh air on the top, because PM 2.5 dropped from the sky. In fact, my height benefits to me a lot. There was once, my classmate and I were walking through a hallway. I noticed that there were a payphone hanging on the wall. Its height allowed a little girl to walk beneath it. Nevertheless, my classmate, he suddenly bumped into his head on the payphone, right before I had time to issue him a warning. The only sound that we could hear is, "Ah!" So in these times, I'm always grateful. God bless me. Thanks God for giving me such a talent. Until now, I'm not even closer to become Lin-My, but I don't envy artists at all, because always the most beautiful thing comes in small package. A diamond, for example. And as you're closer to the ground, you'll see tiny little things that will inspire you. So that was the same goes to see a word in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower. So be proud of how you are. Drops have their days to be seen. Thank you.
Okay. Well, our judge,
Sherry?
First of all, I want to say you're so cute. Really like you. And in the beginning of your speech, you stand in front of the audience. I think it's because you didn't use PT. So I think it's more, you can, this improvement can make you more close to the audience. Yeah, and besides, I really love your body movement, and you also use the conversation to tell the story of yourself, and it impressed the audience a lot. Okay. And so your topic really made us remember you very much. But it's not, just as I say, I think you are so cute, so I think the height is not a problem. That's totally okay. Okay, so for the improvement part, I think because you stand in front of the audience in the beginning, but after that you stay on that side. Maybe you can, because you didn't use PPT. So maybe when you have your body movement, you can make more use of the stage, like walk around or have more connection to the audience in each side. And I also noticed that when you want to like have some performance, you turn back to the audience, or maybe when you have the conversation, you can also face the audience more, not like face this side or this side. Yeah. So all in all, I think you are so cute, and I really like you. Okay.
Your lovely smiles, and I think that really suits the audience too. And I think that it's great in Toastmasters since we can listen to many people's personal stories. However, I think most of them like to share their advantages, but you share your disadvantages, and this is the part that I think that you're really unique. And I think that when people share their personal stories is the part that it really touched and moved the audience's heart. And after that, besides the good points, I would like to give a little bit suggestions, which is when you move on, when you tell us your conclusion, I think that you told us that good things usually come in small package, like diamonds, something like that. And I think that it's great. It's a good conclusion, but you can explain it even more. Tell us, put more emphasis on it so that we can like understand it even better. Can you get it? Great. And keep up with the good work. Thank you.
I think you're cute too, and I like you too. And I think your speech is very beautifully written, and I like your attitude and your optimistic view on viewing your height and the others' practice. And for the conclusion part, I also have one suggestion that may make it even more powerful, but it is only one alternative. You can decide whether you like it or not. I think because you're talking about your height, and it is not something you don't think that it is something that you should be ashamed of, right? So I think you can extend it to even more, to more features of our bodies. So you can elaborate it from not only talking about the height, you can talk about like you might like to let your audience to be oh my god, I'm very confused right now. I'm trying to say that you can make the audience to be more related, like because not all of them think they're short, right? But you can think that you can tell the audience that no matter you think you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too tall, or you're just unsatisfied with your bodies, but it's okay because it's something that the society tells you, and you don't need to follow that standard. You can have your own standard, and you can turn it into your talent and something that is good for yourself. So I think this is a possible message that you can give your audience. Thank you.